Show. And with that, it's time to start recounting what has been an extremely volatile day. But the silver lining for the bulls is that we have recovered very, very smartly from the lows. In fact, just to mention specifically, the low of the day for the Nifty, that is, was as low as 19,563. So we practically went down to the 20 DMA, but then bounced from there and are all set to end actually even above yesterday's low. So again, that's a slight bullish indicator. Power was the lead sector right from the front. NTPC Power Grid doing very well. The other names included Dr. Reddy's, JSW Steel. These are some of the key movers. By the way, a lot of auto stocks, particularly two-wheelers, they saw plenty of buying. Hero Moto, Bajaj Auto, even Aisha gains between 0.5% to about 1%. M&M managed a bit of recovery for itself with a gain of about 1.5%. But I guess banks, very clearly, folks, the banks are a trouble spot for this market. Bank Nifty is ending with a cut of about 0.5% with all the heavies. HDFC Bank was actually dragging the entire session. It wasn't even volatile. It was just down. And that's one thing that kind of stands out, at least for me, in terms of key takeaways from this week. The weakness in
everyone was hoping that HDFC Bank will start outperforming once all the merger was done. So sometime in early July, a lot of folks were saying that maybe it's now time for HDFC Bank to shine. But that really hasn't played out. Today, perhaps the only leadership stock would have been Reliance Industries, as it ends with a gain of 1%. All the other large leadership kind of stocks like HDFC Bank, L&T, ITC, all of them had a fairly feeble performance. On the mid-cap end of trade, you had strength in Intellect Design Arena, locked in an upper circuit of about 20%. Pharma names, whether it's Alembic Pharma, Ajanta Pharma, Ipcol Laboratories, did pretty well. So there was strength over there. You also had green on the screen on Marico ahead of numbers, and Escorts Kubota saw buying. On the losing side, M&M Financial, HPCL sold off post its numbers. Samvardhan, Motherson Sumi saw weakness as the street is concerned, where the Volkswagen's volume guidance cut is going to hurt Samvardhan Motherson. So that's another stock weak in trade. And Exide ends down 1.7% post their Q1 numbers.
I mean, it's a really buzzing screen. I can go on and on. I'm just looking at some of these stocks, and I think we've discussed maybe 50% of it. Sudarshan Chemicals. Just going down the list, I mean, in terms of, I was mentioning Dodla. Dodla was up 6%. I mentioned Parag Milk earlier. Dollar Industries, the Innovay company. Zodiac Clothing, 8%. I mentioned Sundaram Holdings earlier. It closes about 20% higher. Utkarsh Small Finance Bank. We discussed Sterling and Wilson. I think Sudeep mentioned that earlier. SKF India was up 5%. IRB ends about 5% higher. And on and on. I mean, Vesuvius, the fabulous week actually. I think the stock this week is up 25% or so. So it's really quite something. By the way, even on the Nifty and the Bank Nifty, we've managed to defend the 20-day moving average. There was a bit of a scare at one point, especially on the Nifty Bank. But we've managed to close, I think, both those indices above the important averages, and of course above the retracement levels that we pointed out as well. So it's not a bad close given how things were looking mid-afternoon or so. So 19,636 on the index is the final closing price. Well, I think that brings us to a wrap on this edition of Closing Bell. From all of us here, Surabhi, Rima, me, it's goodbye. Thanks for watching, but don't go anywhere. Our Friday special market Smart Money comes up next. Stay tuned for that.